Once, long ago, the gods planted a tree in the heart of this village. It was a gift, a symbol of the unity between the people and the earth. Its roots connected to the spirits of the ancestors, and its branches reached out to the stars. The baobab tree was more than a mere tree. It was the village's heartbeat. Every evening, the village children would gather under the sprawling baobab tree, eager to hear Papa Kume's enchanting tales. He spoke of the tree's ancient roots, how it united the entire village, and why he fondly called it the Tree of Life. The villagers worked together in community farming, believing their land was blessed by the spirit of the baobab tree. Traders from neighboring villages often came to exchange goods, and the profits were fairly distributed among all the families by the village chiefs. Over time, some village chiefs grew greedy, hoarding profits to enrich themselves, while other families fell into hardship and despair. This betrayal angered the spirits of the land. One fateful evening, they unleashed a great downpour, accompanied by a fierce storm. The winds roared, trees were uprooted, and even the mighty baobab tree was shaken. The heart of the village was shattered. Some villagers who were still at the village square, or on their way home, had to run for their lives as the storm raged like nothing they had ever seen before. At dawn, the elders and chiefs surveyed the aftermath of the storm. To seek answers, they summoned the chief priest, who consulted the deities. The chief priest delivered a grave message. He said, "The spirits of the land were deeply angered by the selfishness of some elders. As punishment, they had withdrawn their favor and demanded that a villager must embark on a perilous journey to the ancestral land of wisdom to seek answers. Until this journey was undertaken, the spirits warned, their blessings would remain withheld, and the village's prosperity would wither away." As the elders returned home, restless and burdened, they racked their minds for a young man brave enough to undertake the dangerous journey. Among the villagers was Kofi, a courageous, hard-working young man. As a child, he had spent countless evenings under the mighty baobab tree, listening to Papa Kum's tales. Deep in his heart, Kofi knew he was destined to take this journey and restore the village's honor. At sunrise, Kofi approached the elders, who were still debating who to send. He pleaded his case passionately, and the elders, eager for a solution, gladly agreed. They began preparing him for the perilous quest, offering advice, blessings, and fortifications. When the day of his departure arrived, the entire village gathered to bid him farewell. They escorted him to the edge of the foreboding Gwambi forest, a treacherous wilderness so dangerous that even the bravest hunters avoided it. But it was the only path to the ancestral land of wisdom, and Kofi knew there was no turning back. Kofi ventured into the heart of the Gwambi forest, alone. Determined to succeed, he pressed forward fearlessly through the dense forest. For hours, he walked without rest, braving the forest's many dangers. He crossed a treacherous river, narrowly escaping the jaws of fierce aquatic creatures. Wild bears and tigers gave chase, forcing Kofi to run for his life until exhaustion overtook him. Desperate for a moment of safety, he hid and collapsed into a deep sleep. In his slumber, the ancestral spirits sent a glowing fairy to his side. The fairy infused him with renewed energy and whispered guidance for the path ahead. When Kofi awoke, he felt a newfound strength coursing through him. He pushed onward with unwavering determination, making his way straight toward the land of wisdom. Upon reaching the land of wisdom, Kofi was greeted by its keeper, an elderly woman with an angelic presence and a warm, knowing smile. She welcomed him as if she had been expecting him all along, and immediately guided him to the deity tied to his village's fate. Before Kofi stood an enormous god standing beside a majestic baobab tree, identical to the one in his village. The sight filled him with awe and a deep sense of connection. As he approached, the deity spoke, offering clear answers and detailed instructions for the villagers. After delivering his message, the god commanded Kofi to return immediately. As Kofi prepared to make the long, dangerous journey back home, the keeper of the land stopped him. With a kind smile, she offered him a parting gift, a miraculous journey back in minutes. Relieved and grateful, Kofi felt his body ascend, and within moments, he found himself standing in the village square. The villagers, recognizing him instantly, erupted in joy. They rushed to embrace him, singing his praises and celebrating the return of their hero, who had braved the unknown to restore hope and blessings to their land. When the village elders and chiefs learned of Kofi's return, they gathered at the market square to hear his tale. Kofi recounted every detail of his journey and the powerful deity's instructions. He told the specifics of the ritual to be carried out to the chief priest, who prepared and carried it out immediately. Kofi made sure the entire village knew that the stories about the baobab tree were not mere stories, but truth. The baobab was not merely a towering presence in their midst. It was the lifeblood of their community. He reminded them that their ancestors frowned greatly on greed and selfishness, warning that such actions would bring ruin upon them. After a successful ritual and appeasing the gods of the land, the villagers decided to celebrate Kofi's success and a new dawn for the village. They cooked, ate, danced, and married together, for their hearts was full of gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose. With hearts full of gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose, the villagers vowed to honor the tree and the lessons it symbolized.